Hello, this is Mike from TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your Jayco Seismic 4113 fifth wheel toy hauler. You guys have picked a beauty here. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A few things you're going to have to take into consideration when you're parking. On this one, you're going to have a deck and two awnings on this side, so leave plenty of room for those. Over on your off campsite, you're going to have a ton of slides. Two big slides here. Leave room for those, but I also want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Your power cord is going to plug in almost all the way to the rear of the unit. Right here. And then your docking station for all of your water is going to be up toward the front of the unit. Inside here. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once we arrive and unhook our hitch, first we're going to do is auto level our unit. Inside your docking station here, simple system. If that green light's not on, simply press and hold your up and down buttons at the same time and that'll turn it on. And you're simply just going to touch auto level. Now what you're going to do is you're going to make sure that your tow vehicle is completely out of the way, because a lot of times the first thing that happens is the front of these will dip down.
Okay, right.
Now they'll start raising themselves back up. These legs will come down here. These legs will come down here. We're going to dance for a few minutes. Start to lift this side. Now the other side is going to come down. That side. That's going to move around for a few minutes. As it's adjusting itself to auto level, you keep an eye on that right there, and that light will turn back to solid green again once our unit's level. Once it is level, we can hook up our power and water. We'll go ahead and let it do its thing while we hook up here. Big long 50 amp cord. That'll plug in the side here. So you gotta line these slots up. It goes in at about, let's see here. Go at about 10 o'clock. Turn it to noon. Put your black washer on. That's how you hook your power up. And your convenience pack will be a 50 to 30 amp reducer, and also a 30 to 15 amp reducer should you need to plug into some 110. That's the power hooked up. Let's hook up our water. Alright, again, our docking station is in here. So here are your directions of how we're going to hook up, and here's the 4 knobs we're going to use to hook up. At campsites, we're going to do city water connection. We're going white down, green to the left, red up, blue to the left. These 4 knobs match this. You're all set to set up at a campsite. Grab your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in the unit. You don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites. Hook that up to city water side. Don't turn our hose on yet. Come on over here to our hot water heater. And all we're doing at this point, folks, is making sure our nano rod has a little plumber's tape around it, not putty. Putty will gum up on you. Get that in there nice and snug. Once that's in there all the way, you can go ahead and turn that hose on. Now, if the hose has been on for a few minutes, we're going to go inside and open up our slides so that we can get to any water point, turn them on, get a nice steady flow of water going through them, get all the air out of the lines, shut them off, and you're all set to camp at a campsite. Now let's say we're going to go camping and we're going to go dry camping. In that case, we've got a 2-step process. We're going to start with power tank fill. Again, white down, green, boom. All we're going to do here is just turn our blue down to match that. Now we're going to put the water in the safe spot. Now we'll switch to fill up our power tank. Turn that hose on. Go inside, keep an eye on your freshwater tank. Once that shows it's full, come back out here, remove that hose. Now we'll switch from power tank to dry camping. Turn that up, turn that back like that. Now that we're matching that, to get to that water, we'll turn on our water pump indoors. Or you can do it here, but generally you turn it on wherever you want to turn it off at. This pump here is usually generally used when putting antifreeze into the unit, winterizing the unit. All right, that about covers setting up your city and water. Let me go ahead and walk you around the rest of the unit, continuing here in the docking station. The auto leveling system, more info on that right there. This is a area that you can plug in a solar panel that trickle charge your batteries. Quick connect hose for that for a hot and cold shower outdoors. Cable and satellite hookups. Again, all of your ways to hook these up. City water, black tank flush. We'll talk about that when dumping our black tanks. Black and gray tanks. This your black tank is going to be for your toilet. This gray tank here is going to be for everything except for your extra bathroom sink. So kitchen, bathroom, shower, all that water is going to be in that gray tank number 1. And there's a little water container that you can fill that up. That'll lead to the pump on your island indoors. There's your inverter. Propane up toward the front here. Again, your hot water heater. If your hot water heater doesn't seem to be working, check to see if either one of these are bubbled up. If they are, simply press them back in. They are a reset. More storage here. Two-handed job. There you go. In here is your vacuum system. Hook up your hose there. Turn on your vacuum here. That'll get that going. Your low point drains. Right up underneath there. Handle for that. Other freshwater drain. Gonna be that blue one right there. Back here is your back bathroom and back bathroom sink. Black and grays. Fueling station. Pump or area to put your gloves in there. Anything for dumping your sewage system. Got a ladder to utilize that. You'll pull these cotter pins, pull this out towards you. Utilize that ladder. Get up there a few times a year. Check the seams of your roof and caulk as needed with recommended RV roofing caulk. We'll bring down your deck. You prep for a backup camera up there. You also have a awning on your deck. Coming down your campsite here, you got 110 cable hookup for the campsite. There's a vent you can push out from indoors. A manual, bring down your spare tire. Use your hand crank there. Quick connect LP and an area to store your sewage hose. Garage entry. Big side deck will bring down. These steps, the biggest thing you want to make sure the exterior door is all the way open. Otherwise, this will catch it, bringing it up or down. We got a flue for our furnace. Your other black tank flush. Low point drains. More storage here. Big pass-through storage here. Lighting. That's a panel you can get to all of your wiring. Your other propane is over here. Again, just lefty-loosey to open these. Up front, your generator. We'll turn that on when I get indoors. Your fluid for your hydraulic leveling system. A couple of batteries. Check them. Make sure those haven't wiggled loose going down the road. And that about covers everything outside. Go take a look on the inside. All right, coming up inside the unit. And right here to our control panel. Turn on number 1. That's going to be all of our interior lights. Number 2 will be exterior. Number 3, you can control both. Then touch this control panel. I'm going to start up here at home. So from home, you can do our climate, our lights, our motors, tanks, our energy, or you can come down this side and do them individually. Before I begin, I recommend that you download the, you can read that, the Jayco J-Command BM Pro app. I just look blurry here. There we go. I recommend you get that app. Let's go individually. Here's where you check the levels of our tanks. Here's where you can turn on your water pump. Your water heater if hooked to electric. Your water heater if hooked to gas. It does make a difference. Here's where you can turn on tank heater. All that is a little 12-volt pad that's on your tanks to keep them from freezing in inclement weather. Next is going to be our motors. I can scroll this. We can do our leveling from here. We can do our slides, our awnings. Just to show real quick. Don't have enough room to run this all the way out, but what I want to do is show you. When you run these out, only run them out until your flap falls down and you can see the bar that's behind it. Otherwise, when you run that out, if you keep running it out, it'll flip up onto itself and start to run itself up backwards. So keep an eye on it when you run it out. Make sure you don't run it out further than you need to. The front one is going to be awning 1, and then awning 2 will be the one back there. And that back there. Same thing. Keep an eye on these when you run them out. You don't want to run them out further than you need to. Okay, from our awnings we will go slides. Slide out number 1. That's our bedroom. I don't want to do that. I want to do our living room first. Slide out number 2. I just wanted you to be able to see slide out number 1 better. That's why I brought number 2 out first. Wrong way. Alright, we got them out. Alright, coming back here. Now we will switch to our main, this that little thermostat looks like right there. That will turn on our AC. Scroll up to second AC, third AC, and we'll go back up. Now this one you can switch. What you turn it on, you can switch from cool to heat. And then just change your temperature here. Furnace has to be on for that. Same thing in your other second AC. That's only an AC, and your third is only an AC. But your first one will change your furnace. Also, cool auto, fan, heat, and regular cool. Shut that back off. Lights. You can scroll through this and go through your lights. But the coolest thing is, if you didn't know this, I would do it in your kitchen accent. These are all dimmable. So every single light in here is dimmable simply by doing this here. Same thing in awning lights, actually. They're more dimmable. Ramp lights out back. Down here is your tire sensors. And down here is where we'll turn on our generator. All I'm going to do is touch start generator. Give it a second. Bam. Started right up. Look at that burn. So I want to pull this toward me. Show you that you can also do this out here. We shut this off out here. If you do turn it on from out here, you will prime this here. And then just hit start. Front back on here. Snap our front back on here. Make sure that's nice and secure for travel. That about finishes up our control panel. Go back to home to the top here. Here's your fueling station where you turn that on in order for that to work. Tell you that your slam locks work best when gently slammed. Fire extinguisher by the entry doorway. More keys. That is your sliding glass door to get onto your ramp. Down below your control panel down here is going to be your breaker box and fuses. You have a ton of 15s, handful of 20s. Highly recommend having some of those with you when you go camping. Coming into our hallway here. Lift that up for our vacuum. Coming into our kitchen here. Your freshwater tank that I showed you up in the storage area. That's where you turn that on in order to utilize that water right here. Max air vent. Just going to touch on. That is going to open and turn on your max air vent here in your kitchen. You can change the level of the speed, 4 different speeds, or simply just shut it off. And that will close it. Oh, fan off. That will close it and shut it off. This is a temperature reader. Helps your thermostat work better. Lighting you can do from here in the kitchen. 110 with GFCI reset. It's one touch lighting. Charging port, you can store that away. Self-explanatory microwave. On your stove, you have a panel light. Turn that to high, push it in for your spark, and that will light those. Same thing on your oven. Turn it to light, push it in for your spark. That'll light your oven. Get down there and make sure your pilot light's on. Here's an oven light over on this side. Fridge, whole separate manual on this Whirlpool. It's a residential fridge, so keep an eye on things. There's your extra water filter. Manual's all down here. Coming back into our living room. You got these little tables here, or you can lift them up out of there, up out of your cup holder. Pull on this parachute pull right here. That'll put out your recliners. Here you've got a light, heat, and massage. TV, fireplace, and JBL sound system. Find your remotes here. Alright, so found the remotes. Your TV is an Insignia Fire TV. When you arrive at the campsite, go in to your menu, run a digital channel scan, so you'll pick up all the local channels. Sound system, JBL, AM, FM, Bluetooth. Let me see if I can get a channel to come in. Turn it up. I'm on optical. I need to get to optical, HDMI, ARC. There's a Bluetooth and FM. Now maybe I'll get a channel to come in. But indoor, outdoor Bluetooth speakers, nice system. I'm trying to pick something up with that. Fireplace. Not just for looks, you can make it brighter or dimmer, but the biggest thing is the heat. If it's chilly in here in the morning or evening, instead of turning on your heat and wasting your gas, crank this baby up. It'll get it toasty in here in no time. Here is an accent light to get to the top there. Here's your ladder for getting up there. Come back into your garage area. Lighting here, where you are prepped for a washer and dryer. Lighting there. Another temperature reader. You can set up a backup camera in here so you can be in your vehicle and keep an eye on what's in your garage. In your bathroom here, I just want to mention a little plumbing to maintain. Keep an eye on things. Access panel under there. Over here is going to be where you run your awning out on the back. And here's where you bring that up and down your bunk. So I will tell you there are 4 cotter pins. That when you put them cotter pins in this little hole here, with everything up, That will hold up the top bunk, and you can bring down just the seating. Or, I'm going to bring them both down. Going to run this down. You're going to see your top bunk is going to catch, I'd say about here. There it goes. And that'll bring down your seating. I can bring that all the way down, but you'll roll this forward. Make sure that's all the way pulled out. Roll that forward. I can't get to it from there. I can bring it down a little bit more. So again, the backs of our seats will roll up. Make sure that before bringing these all the way down, you get up underneath here and bring down these feet. Don't just pull them down. There is a button to push on the back. You just pull them down, you're going to rip it out of the bottom of the seat. Again, roll this forward to use it as bedding. So bring it back up. So you get your separate speakers out here, separate AC. Send that the wrong way. There's a ladder for your deck patio. Another fire extinguisher. You have your own television back here. And I'm just going to run these up real quick. So for lighting out here, coming up into our kitchen, your vacuum under here, fresh water button that will turn on the button that'll run this water here. Max air vent, just touch that, that will open and turn on your max air vent there. Another temperature reader, 110 with GFCI reset, keep an eye on that. You got a lot of paperwork there. Go through that. Make sure that you read up on everything. We've got this power port right here. Charging port 110. Store that away. More lighting here. We shut off our air vent. Got our self-explanatory microwave. Cooktop. Simply turn that to light and hit your spark, and that's how them light up. Same thing on your ovens. You've got lighting here, an oven light there. Your oven's in the middle. Turn that to light. Push that to spark that. Make sure your pilot light lit, and you'll be all set there. Whirlpool fridge manual right there. Coming back up here in the hallway, more lighting again. You can control this bedroom slide with that. Coming back into our bathroom. Both sides of this is lighting. The middle is a hand crank open exhaust vent. More plumbing to maintain. Just keep an eye on things. Back in our bedroom here, we've got our last television. Turn that on back here. Charging ports next to the headboards. Storage under the bed. Again, get in there and run your digital channel scan. Emergency exit. Now, I want to tell you about your bedroom and this slide. This bathroom door, or bedroom door, has to be opened all the way so that this magnet will make contact and this will lock in. This is the only way that will allow this slide to come in. The safety show that your slide is all the way in. Alright, that about covers everything in here. It's act like we're leaving the campsite and close the unit up. Alright, so the way I like to close the unit up is I would touch number 3 and I'll shut off all my lighting. Now I know any other lighting that's on is accent lighting. Your top bunk up there with a ladder. That lighting's over here on the wall somewhere. Oh, there it is. Come back to our garage. Get that ceiling light. These are both individual lights. Lights off in the bathroom. You're just walking through your unit, making sure all your lights are off. Again, more accent lighting. This looks like it's all coming from the bathroom. Lights are all off out here. One last accent light. Oh, these are individual as well. Now that all my lighting is off, come back to my control panel and touch number 1. Right here on the bottom. That's going to turn on all the lights in the unit. Now I'm going to say doors and drawers. Walk through your unit, make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to impede our slides from coming in. We've got that bedroom door open the way it needs to be opened. Everything's secure for travel. We're going to go right to our motors. Scroll this up. Slide number 2, retract. Actually, we're going to do slide number 1 because we want to do that bedroom first. Now we'll do slide number 2, bring in this living room and kitchen. Looks like half the kitchen. Again, we secured everything for travel. Got that in, touch number 1, that'll shut off all our lights. Now as we open the door, if we look outside and see the lights on, we'll make sure we shut them off. Again, these steps, make sure this exterior door is all the way open. Lift this up, these are adjustable as well. Just be pressing on those. Before you leave the dump station, we're going to lock and deadbolt this door. We're going to lift and turn this handle, and that's how you want that door for travel. Alright, if we are dry camping, we're going to go over and dump our freshwater tank. There's going to be this low point drain right here. Make sure our vehicle is not in the way yet. We're going to come over here and just touch retract all. Well, we're going to turn this on. Touch both arrow up and down. Once that green light's on, retract all. That's going to bring up all of our stabilizing jacks. Once that does, we use the front 2 arrows to lift or lower our landing legs to get our hitch hooked up. Hook up our hitch and head on home or the nearest dump station, whatever we're in need of. If we're at a campsite, we're going to unhook our power, our water, our cable, hook up our hitch, and head on up to the dump station. Now remember, you have 2 dumps here. You have one in front of your tires and one behind your tires. We're going to start with the one in front of your tires. Hook up your sewage hose. Come in here and pull your black handle. That's going to be your sewage from your main bathroom. When that's no longer draining, look inside, make sure it shows empty. If it is, come out here with this black handle open, hook up your hose to this tank flush and turn that on for a good 5 minutes. It's going to wash out all that nastiness out of your black tank. When that's done, close that, make sure all that washout water you put in there has drained, then close that and pull this gray. And while my gray is draining, I'll get up in my hot water heater, lift up on this pressure release valve. That's going to dump a lot of hot water out of there, so be careful. Do this if you're not going to be camping for a while and you don't want to leave stagnant water in here. And pull your drain plug. Come up underneath there, dump those low point drains, as well as this other one over on the other side. Sorry, I'll put you around here to these low point drains right here. So when that gray is done, we're going to remove that sewage hose. Come back here. We're going to pull this black tank. Now when that sounds like it's no longer draining, or inside it says black tank number 2 is empty, leave that black tank open, come around to the campsite of your coach, and hook up the sewage hose to this tank, black tank plus. It should be your second black tank. Hook that up, again leaving that black tank open, let that run for a good 5 minutes. Gonna wash all the nastiness out of that black tank in the rear. When it's done, close that up. Make sure that the black tank, all that water you put in there has drained. Again, close that up and pull your gray. That's going to be just your rear sink in that one. When that's done, we're going to close that up, take the sewage hose, go over to the other side there, and conveniently and sanitarily store it right in here. And head on home. Again, so thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy the Seismic for many years to come. Happy camping.